How's it going, everybody? Rocky Mountain EDC here, and today I have an interesting video that is a little different than my normal videos, and that is sort of a unique story and history of the following knife that I have here. So this knife is a traditional style slip joint made by Case, and I acquired this knife by chance and taking a trip in the woods. So I found this knife embedded in the dirt, and when I found it, it was completely rusted, caked with dirt, and just not looking in its prime. This particular case is a Stockman pattern. So Case has different styles and different types of patterns that they do for most types of traditional folders, and this one was a Stockman pattern. But if you notice, this Stockman that I have here is missing two blades. So traditionally, a non beat up or better condition Stockman, true Stockman, is going to have a clip point blade, a sheep's foot blade, and a spay blade. And it works that the main clip point blade has its own individual back spring, while the smaller sheep's foot and on the opposite end spay blade share a back spring. And the clip point opens up here, and then the other two blades open up on the other sides of the knife. So you might be wondering, why does this Case Stockman not have the other two blades on it? Well, partly that is because of the condition I found it in. When I found this and began the restoring process, the other back spring was so rusted that it actually snapped into two individual pieces. So the back spring had snapped into an individual section here, and then the other piece fell out. So it was pretty much unusable, and it would kind of rotate and float around. So it was kind of unusable, and there was no way or any retention that the spay blade or sheep's foot was going to actually be anywhat functional. So in the restorative process, I actually ground down the excess portion of the back spring that was kind of around, and I also ground off the spay blade and the sheep's foot blade to make it more of a functional knife. And again, this Stockman, I am unsure on the material for the actual inlays. I'm unsure if it's bone, if it's some type of wood, but I believe it is some type of bone that was on there. And it has definitely worn over time based upon the condition I found it in. And I used an entire restorative process using white vinegar, using steel wool, a bunch of different ways to get it to be as rust free as possible, oiled it up, and whatnot. Tried to polish the nickel silver bolsters to get those to shine back. Again, restoring the main blade itself, trying to get it back to some type of functionality. So what's really interesting with Case and how this knife has a story, who knows how it got lost, who lost it, who was carrying it, and what it meant to them. I don't know. But I do know that whatever stories or events this knife was used for, the knife has lived on, and I was able to get it in some type of both working order and recognizable features. So what you notice, or what Case does, is with their Case logo and the shield on all their knives, they have, depending on the year or depending on when the knife was made, they come up with different shield and case logo designs on their knife. So in this case, we kind of have this oval shaped shield with the case logo in there encircled by another oval. So that is that shield. So on this newer one, we can see something similar, but the case actual logo is actually a little different, and it has the XX on there as well. We can also see a similar pattern there. So this style design was something for this particular time period, more close in recent years than the other one. So I did a little digging and did a little research to see what this case shield would indicate in terms of the year of the knife. And I'm still a little unsure, so if anyone is able to determine what year this was from, I believe from how I was able to track it, that it would have been from between the 70s or the 80s. So that's likely how old this Stockman is. So again, this is strictly for me a collector's piece and just a cool story with how I found it. It is functional and it is sharp, so it still works. It is in a lot better condition and shape than it was in before. But yeah, so pretty interesting video. And if anyone knows anything else based upon the shield pattern, or even this number located here, 63067. So if anyone knows, based upon this design, what time period or what year this was from, that would be extremely helpful. And also leave in the comments if you've ever had a similar experience where you've come across an old forgotten knife that looks as though it has had a story behind it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give it a like, thumbs up, and subscribe to the Rocky Mountain EDC channel for more videos similar to this that is on the channel. Thanks.